Feeling insecurity and its physiological impacts. Insecurity always finds a way to reveal itself. Unlike other psychological forces, it seldom remains hidden. People can manage how they appear, rehearse confidence, or adopt authority, charm, or composure, but insecurity seeps through in tone, timing, control, comparison, and reactions. It's not what people say when things are going well that reveals insecurity, but how they behave when their sense of self-worth is subtly threatened. Understanding insecurity is crucial for reading people accurately. Insecure behaviors are often mistaken for confidence, strength, or even leadership. In reality, insecurity is noisy, while true confidence is quiet. Confidence does not need to announce itself, rush to prove anything, or demand constant agreement. Confident people are comfortable with silence, disagreement, and delay. They don't see differences as threats. Insecure individuals, on the other hand, see the world as unstable. Their self-worth depends on external validation, making anything that disrupts this validation feel dangerous. This is why insecurity often masquerades as intensity, loud opinions, rigid certainty, or unnecessary dominance. These are not signs of inner strength, rather, they are attempts to stabilize a fragile self-image. One of the clearest signs of insecurity is the need to control. Insecure people try to manage outcomes and others, relying on control to soothe their anxiety. This may look like micromanaging conversations, correcting minor details, or needing to be right. The goal is not efficiency, but reassurance. Those who feel secure internally trust themselves to adapt. Control reveals fear, not authority. Comparison is another leak. Secure people don't constantly compare themselves to others. They may notice differences but don't feel diminished by them. Insecure individuals, however, measure status, track recognition, and feel threatened by others' success. This comparison leaks out through subtle behaviors, downplaying others' achievements, redirecting conversations to themselves, or mocking what they secretly envy. Such behaviors are often unconscious, serving as protective reactions. Security turns others' success into a mirror. Not everyone likes what they see. Overreaction is another common leak. When feedback produces defensiveness, boundaries evoke anger, or disagreement leads to withdrawal or hostility, the reactions are not just about the situation, they reflect what the situation triggers internally. Overreaction signals that something vital, self-worth, image, or identity has been threatened. Secure people can absorb discomfort without collapsing. Insecure people experience discomfort as danger. That difference shapes everything. In many social environments, insecurity is rewarded. Loudness is mistaken for leadership, certainty for intelligence, and dominance for authority. But these traits collapse under sustained pressure. Insecure individuals often struggle with accountability, resist feedback, deflect responsibility, and protect their image at the expense of growth. True strength doesn't need protection, it can tolerate exposure. Recognizing insecurity doesn't require criticism, but neutrality. You don't need to label, confront, or diagnose, simply observe. Does the person need constant validation? Do they struggle with being questioned? Do they react strongly to minor challenges? These observations help you calibrate your closeness, boundaries, and expectations. You don't expect emotional stability from emotional fragility, or humility from someone protecting their ego. This isn't judgment, it's realism. Insecurity is often rooted in early experiences: rejection, neglect, instability. Understanding this can soften your perspective without blinding you. Compassion does not require proximity. You can understand insecurity without absorbing its consequences. You can empathize without putting yourself in harm's way. Boundaries aren't punishments, they are protection. The quiet advantage of emotional security is that when you are secure, insecurity becomes visible but not contagious. You don't mirror intensity, engage in comparison, or compete for validation. You remain steady, and this steadiness is disarming. It removes the fuel that insecure behavior relies on and, most importantly, allows you to see clearly. When you recognize insecurity's patterns, confusing behavior becomes understandable. You discern the signal beneath the noise, gaining not control over others, but over your responses to them.